Hi guys, my name is third class Gracie Tomisek. I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I'm a government major. Before we begin, I'd love to give a quick promo for my good friend Sean. If I can do an AIDS to NAV, you can do an AIDS to NAV. So sign up in the one-stop shop to give a quick little devotion or share your testimony or whatever. But I know you can do it. I'm looking at you. Fun fact about me, I'm also an identical twin. I know there's a lot of us here, but growing up, me and my sister were super duper close. My dad's a police officer and my mom works in education, so they have to often, with their different schedules, try to get me and my sister ready for school by themselves. So depending on what shift my dad was working, whether the graveyard shift or like an afternoon shift, he would sometimes get us ready, drop us off at school, or my mom would have to drop us off on her way to work. So usually it ended up being my dad was trying to get us ready. And my sister and I both really struggle with ADHD. So we can kind of have difficulty focusing on things. We get distracted extremely easily by either it would be each other or we see something out the window. But my parents would always have to tell us, like, you gotta get ready for school, you gotta get dressed, you gotta brush your teeth, like, come on, focus. So we'd be like working really hard to get ready for school, and my dad would just keep telling us, like, focus. So one day, my dad had to go into work for the graveyard shift or something, so he was asleep, so my mom had to get us ready to drop us off at school. So she walks upstairs and makes sure that I'm actually getting ready, and she like peers into the bedroom and she sees me like on the floor like getting dressed, and I'm just talking to myself and I'm saying, focus Gracie, focus Gracie, focus. And my mom kind of laughs to herself and she goes, Gracie, do you even know what focus means? And I was like, yes. Focus means put your pants on. And then my mom had to explain to me what focus actually meant. And I thought that it was a very important lesson for me, especially at such a young age. At that moment, my mom had to teach us what focus actually meant. Now, if you look up the focus in the dictionary, it's going to tell you it's paying close attention to something and concentrating. But it also means the ability to sustain concentration. And that's the part that I really struggle with, is being able to sustain concentration. Colossians 3:2 says, set your mind on things above. I think especially here, it can be really hard to both focus on the Lord and also sustain that focus on the Lord. And one of the things that I think will help with that is guarding your heart. Hebrews 12:14 says that without holiness, no one will see the Lord. And I think this is a really important verse when it comes to guarding your heart. I know this is kind of basic, but if you think about the equation, A equals B equals C, then C is going to equal A. And I think this kind of relates to that, in that your heart directs your life, and what you treasure directs your heart and your life, and they all kind of tie together. And I think that's really important as well, because if you treasure the Lord and you remember to sustain your concentration on that, then you can direct your heart and guide it where you want to go while walking in faith. I think there are three main ways that we can really focus on the Lord and sustain our concentration when it comes to glorifying God. So the first thing, listen carefully to God's word and pay attention to whose voices you're listening to. Is it God's voice or is it the voices of the flesh? Secondly, by guarding your heart, you have to focus on what you allow into your heart. What are you valuing? Are you placing too much value on something else? And third, pay attention to what you're doing and where you're going. Do your actions glorify the Lord? And are you making the actions to focus on God? So those are my three main things when it comes to focusing on the Lord and guarding your heart. Have a great day.